Good, welcome to my channel, The Hustler's Way, where the goal is to get to a bag every day. Now, this is my first upload on this channel, my first video. So before we get into the actual video, I would like to give you a brief synopsis of what my channel will consist of. First and foremost,
bankroll look like a book. Diamond shine to make the bitches look. Pop dirty, niggas wanna cut. Free pros when I add the cut. I'm getting money, I don't give a fuck. I'm getting money, I don't give a fuck. Getting money, I don't give a fuck. Talking heavy, but ain't got enough. Fuck running off.
On this channel, we'll talk about credit. We'll talk about how to fix credit, how to obtain credit, how to use credit to make money. Secondly, we'll talk about stocks, how to get started in stocks, how to pick the right companies to invest in, and the different investment styles and investment strategies when in the stock market. Thirdly, we'll talk about business, how to grow your business, how to make consistent revenue with your business, how to make consistent income, the different strategies you can use to scale your business, how to make your first 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, all the way up until 100,000. Haven't made $1 million yet, so I can't teach you, but when I do, I got you. And lastly, this channel will just be in general, it'll be based around financial literacy and financial education, like all the different types of financial tools that I use to help me better myself financially and things of that nature. I'm going to be talking about on this channel. I won't talk about anything I don't do or I don't understand or that I'm not actively participating in when it comes to finances. So with that being said, let's get into the video, and I hope you guys enjoy. This is going to be a two-part video. The reason being is I would like to help you guys understand credit and how credit should be used before we get into the topic of actually how to fix credit. I don't want you guys to fix your credit and go out and mess it back up because you don't know how to use it. So this is going to be a two-part video. I'm going to try to drop both parts on the same day, part one, part two. But if I can't, part two will be dropped the very next day, guaranteed. So what is credit? The best analogy for what credit is credit is like your report card as an adult. They're very good parallels when you break it down. For example, if you have a report card, you can go back to your report card in high school, grade school, middle school, or whatever. Your report card determined if you were going to go to the next grade level or whether you're going to be stagnant. Your report card determined whether you can participate in extracurricular activities. It also determined your worthiness to get into these different colleges, and determined if you would get a full ride, partial ride, or rejected to get into these colleges. And that's the same thing with your credit score. Your credit score is basically the same thing. Like, financial institutions look at your credit to see if you're worthy for a credit card, a loan, whether it's an auto loan or mortgage or personal or business loan. They use your credit score to determine that. They use it to see how responsible you are with finances. And it's just like your adult report card. Like when you want to get money from these financial institutions, they look at your credit score. Just like with your report card, when you wanted to get into certain colleges, they looked at your report card. So what are the different types of ways you can use your credit? First and foremost, my favorite type is credit cards. The reason why credit cards are my favorite type is because you basically get paid to spend money. Now, before I explain what that means, we must understand how you play the credit card game and don't lose. A lot of people think credit cards are free money. They think, oh, if I get a $5,000 credit card limit, let me go blow it all at Saks and Neiman Marcus without no way to pay it back. That's not how credit cards work. Credit cards is money that you already have that you're already going to spend. Instead of spending it in cash and receiving no benefits, you put it on a credit card and receive the benefits. What are the benefits of using a credit card? First and foremost, most credit cards report to all three major credit bureaus. So it's showing on-time payment history on your credit score, your credit report, which is a big factor when it comes to determining your credit score. Secondly, you have this thing with credit cards where you get rewards. And this is what I mean by you're basically getting paid to use credit cards. So I had these two credit cards. These are two of my favorite credit cards. It's the Navy Federal Visa Cash Rewards, and it is the Navy Federal American Express More Rewards. So with this one, the green card in front, I get 1.5% cash back every time I use this card. So I use this card to pay rent and pay my card note. And I spend about $2,000 a month on this card in between rent, card note, and miscellaneous purchases. I get about $30–40 back in cash back. And I know that may not seem like a lot to a lot of you, but it's better than nothing. It's better than using cash and receiving no benefits. And they also have this thing called a sign-up bonus. A sign-up bonus is basically a stipulation that your credit card issuer gives you. Like if you spend $3,000, well, this sign-up bonus was if I spent $3,000 in 90 days, I got a $150 bonus deposited into my account. Now, a lot of y'all are like, how the hell I'm gonna spend $3,000 in 90 days? That I'm just gonna go out and just go to Saks and blow the money? No, you spend it on shit you already gotta pay for. Bills, groceries, food. If you got children, diapers, just stuff you're already gonna pay for. You spend it on that. I did that. I spent it on inventory for my business. I also spent it on rent, and I probably reached the stipulation of the sign-up bonus within a month. They put $150 in my account. The next day, I went to the mall, bought me a $150 Bape shirt. Now, with this card, the American Express More Rewards, I get 3 points for every time I use this to pay for gas, every time I use this for groceries, and every time I use this when I go out to eat, and 1 point on everything else. I think the points are worth about a half a penny, but I'll do a more detailed video of credit cards in a different video. I'm just going over the basics. So, what are the pros to a credit card? You get paid to spend money. That's the biggest perk. You also have these benefits that you basically get: purchase protection, rental car insurance, rental car collision insurance. One of these cards, I believe I get lost or stolen cell phone protection, meaning if I lose my cell phone, they'll pay for it. Purchase protection, if I buy an item from a store that's defective and I try to return it and they refuse to accept it, my credit card will cover me, give me the money back and go out to the store, save me the headache. The cons of credit cards are high interest rates. Credit card interest rates are usually, from what I've seen and experienced, are between 12 and 30%, which is high as hell as far as interest rates goes. But that doesn't matter. It's not really a con because we gonna pay our credit cards off every month, on time, in full, so we don't gotta deal with the interest rates. But those are the pros and those are the cons. So what is the next way you can use your credit? Another way you can use your credit, which is another good way, is personal and business loans. Now, personal loans doesn't have a multitude of benefits and or pros to it. One of the biggest pros you can think of with a personal loan is, one, if you get a personal loan and you pay it back responsibly on time every month, it improves your credit score and it shows on-time payment history. If you're looking to purchase something and you don't want to pay a big lump sum of money out of your pocket at once up front, you can get a personal loan, go buy the item, and pay it back over time. The cons are you get very high interest rates. You may be stuck paying it back for a long time if you're not financially savvy and smart. Another benefit to a personal loan, you can use a personal loan to start a business. Now, before y'all be like, why wouldn't I use a business loan to start a business? That don't make no sense. Let me explain. So, with business loans, right? We all see this on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all these social media financial experts saying, hey, go get you an LLC, start you a business, go get you an EIN, take that EIN, get a credit card, get a business loan, and be rich, and we live happily ever after. It's not that simple. With business loans, especially, you have to have good credit to be approved for a business loan. The reason being is when you start a new business and you get an EIN, which is like your social security number for your business, it's going to be backed by your personal credit score, which means if your personal credit is bad, you're not going to get approved for that business loan. Everybody would be rich as hell if all you had to do was start a business, get an LLC, get an EIN, go get a $50,000 loan from one of these financial institutions, go get a $20,000 credit card limit from one of these credit card issuers, and just live your life forever. We all be rich. I'll be starting 10, 20 businesses every day. I'll be a billionaire in a year or two by the time I'm done. but that doesn't make sense economically, and it's not safe for financial institutions to loan out money to new businesses without any credit history. And yes, businesses do have credit history. They have credit bureaus for businesses, such as Dun and Bradstreet and Experian for business. So that's why you wouldn't take you probably can't get a business loan to start a business if you got bad credit. But once we fix your credit, the pros of a business loan is you get access to high amounts of capital. It is very common for business loans to be within the six-figure range. Also, you get great interest rates with business loans. Another pro is you can take your business loan to purchase inventory, to market your business, to expand facilities. You can take your business loan to do anything to increase your business growth. That's what I like about business loans. And you have access to high amounts of capital. Like, they will give you a lot of money with business loans because they know it's going to be used for your business. What are the cons? The cons is you have to have good credit. You have to have a business. Well, I'm not even going to say good credit. You got to almost have perfect credit. No derogatory marks, not too many hard inquiries, and a bunch of BS on your credit report. So you got to have damn near perfect credit to get a business loan. And you got to have a business. And that's about it. The next way you can use your credit is through auto loans. Now, a lot of people, it's pretty streamlined what an auto loan is. You go to get a car, they approve you for financing through an auto loan. Interest rates depends on how good your credit is. But with an auto loan, what you can do, and remember, when we talking about using our credit on this channel, we're not talking about use our credit to spend money. We're using our credit to make money. What you do with an auto loan, when you fix your credit and you got good credit, you go get you a nice 2020 BMW or 2021 BMW or 2021 Mercedes-Benz or 2021 Audi. Once you get that, instead of you getting in the driver's seat and driving it every day and creating a liability, we're going to create an asset. We're going to download Toro, put it on Toro, and we're going to rent it out. And we're going to make money. It's going to become an asset, generating residual income. Or, if you got enough money and you got the down payment for it and your credit is good enough, let's go get 3 or 4 luxury cars and put them on Toro. And or if we don't want to put them on Toro, let's go get our LLC and start as a luxury rental car business. That's what we're going to do. The benefits of an auto loan: you can get a car. The interest rates are so-so. It's not like a multitude of great benefits to it. The cons are you can be you having to pay the card note, the upkeep of a car once you have an auto loan. The interest rates are so-so with good or bad credit. They decent, but we can kind of cancel that out once we turn this liability into an asset. And there's not too much to really say about that. What is the last way you can use your credit? We are talking about mortgages, housing loans. What are housing loans? A housing loan or mortgage is basically, hey, you ask a bank to give you some money so you can buy a house. Now, you can do 3 things with this house. You can live in it, which we're not going to do unless we're doing a rental hack. You can flip it, buy it below market value, give it some renovations, and sell it for a profit, or you can put a tenant in it and collect rental income. Now, what are the benefits to the latter two? Flipping a house has great potential for high returns. You can get in and out of a property quick. Of course, if you're on a right real estate market, you can make a large chunk of change. The cons to that is if you don't know what you're doing, you can overpay for a house. You may have to short sell and may be at a loss, and put some more dings on your credit report. But we're not gonna do that. We're gonna get into how you do that the right way eventually on this channel. The third way you can make money the other way is through rental income. That's basically you get the bank to give you a mortgage. You say, hey, I want to put a tenant in this property, so I'm looking to get I believe it's a commercial loan. And you put a tenant in that property and you collect rent every month. Now, that's the pros. You cash flow immediately once you get a mortgage and put a tenant in it. The cons are having a vacancy for long periods of time, like not having a tenant in that property, having a tenant who isn't paying rent in that property, and having to go through a eviction process, which is very time consuming and costly. Thirdly, and it's just in general real estate, a housing market crash. Those are bad because they rarely happen, but when they do happen, it's very steep. It takes a long time to recover, and a lot of people lose their wealth because they over leverage themselves with that. And another strategy that you can use in real estate is called the burst strategy. I'll explain what that is in a different video, but if you don't feel like waiting, I'm sure it's plenty other channels on YouTube that will teach you. It's called the burst strategy, BRRR. And that's pretty much it with the ways you can use your credit. So what do we have? We have credit cards, we have personal loans, business loans, auto loans, and mortgages. Those are the 5 different ways you can use your credit. Now let's get into how your credit score is determined. So, there are about 5 or 6 factors in which the credit bureaus determine your credit score. The factors that determine your credit score are payment history, which makes up 35% of your credit score. What is payment history? Payment history is paying those loans, paying those credit cards, paying that car note, paying that mortgage on time every month in full. That makes up 35% of your credit score. I don't know about y'all, but if I loan somebody money and I say, hey, I want you to pay me this much back over a period of time at this set amount every month, that is very important to me if I'm going to loan that person more money in the future. I want to know that they can pay me back on time every month without any issues and just be straightforward, and we keep moving. So that makes up 35% of your credit score. Another thing that you have to remember, when you go and you look at your credit score and you see payment history, it might give you, a general notion like, hey, if you miss 1 or 2 payments, that's still great. You're still doing a good job. Nah, we want 100% payment history on time every month. Like, we never want to miss a payment. If we don't do anything else, we want to make sure we pay everything on time, because all derogatory marks, all negative history on your credit score, a missed payment, a collections account, a charged off account is going to stay on your credit report for 7 years, and that doesn't look good at all. We want to keep everything clean. We want to fix our credit and not have to go back fixing again. Like, we only want to fix our credit one time. We don't want to keep messing it up and having to fix it. 30% of your credit score is made up by amounts owed relative to available limits. So that's basically credit utilization. What is credit utilization? An example of it is, let's say you have a credit card with a $1,000 limit. Out of that $1,000 limit, you spend $100. So you use 10% utilization. And that's basically utilization, like the amounts relative to amounts owed relative to the limits of the actual card. A rule of thumb with credit utilization, you always want to stay under 30%. Like, if you go above 30%, your credit score will start to take a hit. But anything under 30%, your credit score will be in good standing. But my rule of thumb is just pay that shit off every month. Don't leave no balance. Don't leave $5 on your a balance on your credit cards. Just pay it off every month. Like, that's it. It shouldn't be hard. If you only spending money that you will already spend regardless of a credit card or not. 15% of your credit score is made up of length of credit history. What is that? Credit age. How long you've been using your credit. It's not really much you can do to age your credit. The best thing to do is just like let it age naturally, but I do have a few tricks that I will show you in another video, how you can age your credit score a little bit faster than the regular way. Probably add 3 or 4 years to your credit age. 10% of your credit score is made up of frequency of new credit. How often are you going out applying for credit cards? How often are you getting auto loans? How often are you getting personal loans, business loans, and mortgages? So that's basically hard inquiries. Every time you go out and apply for new credit, these financial institutions pull your credit score, which will create a hard inquiry on your credit report. Depending on your credit score, a hard inquiry can cost you between 3 and 10 points on your credit score. But if you pay those loans on time or use that credit card responsibly, you'll make that back in about a month. You'll make 10, 15 points in about a month if you use your credit cards responsibly and pay those loans on time, because it's going to reflect on-time payment history every month. So hard inquiry is not really a big deal if you're paying everything on time. Another 10% of your credit is types of credit used. So that's credit diversity. How many different types of ways can you use your credit score? Keep track of it and pay everybody back on time in a timely and responsible manner. So basically what financial institutions are looking for, they want to see how well are you when it comes to handling different types of loans and paying them back on time. So are you paying your credit card debt on time? Are you paying your auto loans on time, your mortgage and personal loans on time? They just want to see that you're very diversified when it comes to handling money. They want to see a multitude of different accounts on your credit report showing that you can handle money in different facets. Instead of, okay, I'm good at paying these credit cards off every month, but this personal loan, I ain't really making no payments on time. Or I can make these personal loan payments on time, but this auto loan, I'm probably missing every other month. They don't want to see that. They want to see you're very diversified in how you handle your credit and you're able to pay it back on time every month. So let's go over it again. 35% of your credit score is made up of payment history. 30% of your credit score is made up of credit utilization. 15% is credit age. 10% is hard inquiries. Another 10% is credit diversity. So with that being said, I'm going to end this video. Be looking forward for the next video. Again, if I don't drop it the same day as this video, it's going to be the very next day. Now, I would like to also say that this video wasn't meant to be a sophisticated tutorial on the different types of credit and how you should use them. It was a basic breakdown for you to understand how credit should be used before we get into the actual action of fixing your credit. So once I do drop videos in the future of sophisticated ways you can use your credit to make money and the different ways you can use your credit to make money and how to actually actively go about doing those things, at least you will have a basic understanding. So with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please like, please comment, please send this to all your friends and family members with bad credit. And you know, we about to touch a bag this year. It's the hustler's way. No less than 1 bag a day.
Bankroll look like a book. Diamond shining make the bitches look. Pop dirty niggas wanna cook. Free pros when I add the cut. I'm getting money, I don't give a fuck. Nigga. I'm getting money, I don't give a fuck. Getting money, I don't give a fuck. Talking heavy but ain't got enough. Fuck run it off, I'ma run it up. Stay down till I get it up. Tell the pussy